course, the elections will not be rigged. What does that mean?
Laid out before me is just a small sampling of mainstream news, video clips, C-SPAN, Hillary's own words, John Kerry's own words, Al Gore's own words, certified cases of fraud in Ohio against John Kerry. I mean, this has all gone on. This is all on record. And again, how does the media sit there with a straight face, ask Donald Trump if he's concerned about the election process, and then act like he's crazy because he is?
Clearly the headline, Donald Trump saying he may not accept the result of this presidential election.
If liberals really are liberals, then they have to have a memory, be cogent, be honest, and not lie to themselves and everybody else and act like that Trump's really stepped in it because he talked about the elephant in the room. The latest piece of information we have about how our republic and our right to vote is being undermined is from the FBI, not even WikiLeaks, with the big data dump they put out last week, where a shadow government, that's their words, or a seventh floor, is shielding Hillary from prosecution by the FBI and the bureaucracy. So we already have an unelected group running the nation. During the final debate in Vegas, Donald Trump raised the fact that Pew Research had a new report this year showing more than 20 million fraudulent voter registrations in the United States and over 4 million people that are either dead or who have been registered to vote repeatedly.
But let me give you some numbers to really bring that home. According to Pew, 24 million people, 1 of every 8, voter registrations in the U.S. are no longer valid or significantly inaccurate. More than 1.8 million dead people are listed as voters. So you could use that name to go ahead and vote. Approximately 2.75 million people, 2.75 million people are registered in more than one state. So
what we're fighting here is what George Orwell called doublethink, where you can hold two separate ideas in your mind at the same time that are completely in opposition to each other, but believe both of them. And that's what we've seen from Obama. He comes out and counters myself and Trump a few months ago and says there's no such thing as election fraud. Nobody's ever heard of that.
Of course, the elections will not be rigged. What does that mean?
You know what? We've been busting people in deep for 50 years, and we're not going to stop now.
There is no serious person out there who would suggest somehow that you could even rig America's elections.
All the ingredients of a spy thriller, but in fact, were the elements we used for our undercover operation to investigate the Hillary Clinton campaign. The investigation ultimately led us to Robert Creamer, a Democratic power broker who knows the White House like the back of his hand.
I've known the president since he was a community organizer in Chicago. Every morning, I'm on a call at 10:30 that goes over the message being driven by the campaign headquarters. I do a lot of work with the White House.
The Project Veritas action investigation into the Clinton campaign took us more than a year. We had people working for the Clinton campaign full-time across the country. We even had someone working for a time inside the Clinton campaign headquarters in Brooklyn, New York. We had people posing as donors, political consultants, interns, overseas financial advisors, and activists.
And we now have Hillary's chief of staff, Podesta, caught in new WikiLeaks emails trying to grease the skids for illegal aliens to vote and get driver's license. Major polls and studies are conclusive. The vast majority of Americans, over 70%, no matter what race, color, or creed, believe that there is major election and voter fraud happening in this country, and they want IDs to be used to be able to vote. It's just that simple. If you have any integrity as a so-called Democrat, or anybody else for that matter, you should be outraged by the media trying to lie to you and act like Donald Trump is a kook or a crazy person when he has the courage to talk about the fact that they're clearly trying to steal the election. The media piling on, the disinformation, all the fake polls Reuters and CNN have been caught in, where they sample way more Democrats than Republicans. This is unprecedented corruption. And to see the media so persecuted by Obama and Hillary, lined up like sycophantic minions, throwing themselves at them in their disdain for the American people, is truly despicable. Hillary, her minions, and controllers are on megalomaniac power trips right now. And history is repeating itself. They're saying they want to persecute the alt-right press. Well, folks, if you let the alt-right press get shut down today, it's going to be you tomorrow. Where are the real liberals out there? Or do you not exist? Are you on too big of a power trip imagining this huge utopia that we're going to have once you're in full control and all the opposition's been silenced?
And I got the chance to meet the people who are working so hard to get her elected. There they are, the heads of NBC, CNN, CBS, ABC. There's the New York Times right over there, and the Washington Post.